Hello, my dear one viewer. Can you confirm that the sound is alright this time? Please. In the chat, of course. So, still waiting a little bit, but I hope that everything sounds okay, that it's in sync, because I found out the issues that I've had. This time we can do it right. Can you pop it in the chat for me, please? If you think this is okay and everything sounds okay, then I will kick it off. Two. Hello. No striptease tonight yet. Don't worry. Hey, so everything go good with the sound, I guess. Well, I'm not guessing. I just want to be 100% sure. All right. I think I'll just begin because this is recorded anyway. So whoever's gonna watch later, they will be too bored. Hi, good to see you. Um, so yeah, the first things first. Why my previous video was removed. Um, YouTube, it does look like as if I removed it, because I did, uh, but that was afterwards when I got warning for breaking the YouTube community rules, and it was about sharing medical misinformation. So yeah, funny being that I didn't really do that, didn't intend to talk about it in that way, um, because obviously, as whoever was watching live knows that I was merely reading the blog post, which mentioned some of the keywords that triggered the bots, or maybe somebody could report it. So whatever happened there, that's fine. So the point is, I was reading about the We Are Sovereign, so the Bill Sweet or Bill Simmons um, drop number 14, and then obviously there were some keywords about certain things that well, people do and allowed to put in themselves. So that got my video kicked off. The content itself was basically you have to watch the first part and then go to the description maybe and watch some of the Arthur's videos again, or those who haven't watched this before. The content in the drop 14 was basically more or less something about a very big spiritual war, things like that. So I'm not going to go into details anymore with that stuff. I did, in the meantime, read the drop number 15, which I would say got me a little bit concerned because of all things that I read, I didn't even really pay much attention to the storylines. But there was a part where it mentions that they've made a couple of families sovereign. So I would say to those families, if you're not too shy and too afraid, you can feel free to reach out to me to discuss what has happened and how and where the money was sent and all this kind of stuff, because I still strongly believe that given all the circumstances that I'm aware of and what I know, this is still very likely to be a different kind of operation than what it perceives itself to be. So, on the subject of we are sovereign and Bill and Gideon and all this stuff, I'm still on the same stance. Skeptical about their intentions, skeptical about what they are actually doing and what's happening behind. Um, Clearly, at least directly and personally, I'm not that involved with what's going on. I do follow from the surface. I'm not trying, as explained before, I'm not hacking or trying to break into anything to find out more information. I do get enough what I need to know for now. Um, but I am a little bit worried. If anyone has become sovereign and has sent any kind of money to them, I would like to know, just for the sake of understanding whether they are still doing what they say that they are doing, or there is some shady story going on behind. So if there is a shady story going on behind, I want to be able to help this. Well, I am able, and I would like to help these people. I have tried to get in contact with some of the other scam busters, but they don't seem to be interested enough in this kind of story. I guess it's not attracting enough traffic for them, so fine. It's not exactly my job to be scam busting here, but really it's more like, um, again, like I said and explained in the previous, the first part of the We Are Sovereign video and my comments on that, and then the second part that got deleted. Um, if someone has really good intentions and honest intentions about saving the world and saving the society from something as terrible as a social credit system that would be, in their own words, violently imposed or very intensely imposed onto people within a few months, then it's not going to be done by saving just a few families and saving just a few people and spending a couple, let's say, $1,000 or a couple of $100 per month and stuff like that. Doesn't matter. Not the details themselves. So that's about that story. I'm not really anymore at the moment engaged into further researching what they're going through and going on, other than, like I said, I'm really worried about if anybody did actually send them some money and what they did with it. Um, if they want to talk, I'm open. I will definitely be able to protect their identity and all of this kind of stuff. So that's clear. So that's that about the bill and all this kind of stuff. When it comes to the new things that I mentioned, let's say in the title, what I want to talk about is, since my second part of video was kicked out for the medical misinformation, I will talk about pharmaceutical companies today because this is water, by the way, not vodka. Because I did watch the recent two-part it's a documentary from it's on HBO, and it's about the opioid crisis in United States and the Sackler family. And it's not just about the Sackler family. Basically, it later on expands, the second part also expands into the details, more about how other pharmaceutical companies seized the opportunities, and it's not just in the market in terms of opioid medicine, but also in terms of how this works on a political scale, marketing, advertising, society, and how their influence works, and all of this kind of stuff. There is also another interesting series, I think, whether it's on Netflix or on HBO, however, it's called Dopesick. and that is particularly, it's a dramatized TV series, and it's particularly focused on the Sackler family, but it's really good. It's really good to watch, because it's putting shedding a lot of light on what is really going on, not just with this specific pharmaceutical company called Purdue, but basically, when you look at everything else really well, and you look at the companies like, Moderna, Pfizer, let's say one of the companies that really stands out in the story of 2020 and all of this stuff is definitely the BioNTech, because I think that company exists since like 2017 or 2018. I don't know precisely since when, but our most prominent health expert, which is, on the education level, pretty much same as me, like a college or university dropout. The only difference is that he's got loads of this and I have loads of this. Um, so yeah, I'm talking about the other Bill, the Bill, yeah, Gates. So this guy has actually invested himself in Moderna and BioNTech, and I did follow those stocks and the shares, which soared, I think, about 2000% or so during the 2020 and then 2021 events. There's also more than enough video clips of Bill Gates himself talking about, in probably one of these big Davos meetings or something similar to that, where he talks about investing into the pharmaceutical and medical business because it returns 20 to 1 per year. And yeah, that is a fact. And now when we look at these kind of returns, when we look at the stock markets and all of this kind of stuff, where do you actually get consistent 20 times per year returns? Not in something that you would see happening every day. So what I'm trying to say is, from the year 2000, a few steps were very important, and I'm trying to still to bring the pieces together somehow. But there's a lot of people who've been doing this good work. So you have things like, definitions of the World Health Organization changed. Then you have things like different regulations and legislations changed, and all of it kind of seemingly affects only United States for the most part. But when you look at the things on a deeper level, of course, then it affects also us, everyone else, because whatever's been going on, then we have these sort of international treaties and pacts going on that enable all these companies to do the same kind of business globally, of course, on the same scale and with similar rules, for example. Yeah. So maybe, for example, the opioids are not that easy to get as it is in United States, and we don't have this kind of same level of opioid crisis in Europe, at least not with the prescribed medicines. However, when it comes to the influence of the pharmaceutical companies and their business and lobbyism in the politics, it's all exactly the same. So this is my point. What I'm trying to say, that you have to watch those documentaries, you have to watch those TV series, because they are highly educative. And I must say, it's even surprising that these things are now really appearing on the mainstream media more and more. So yeah, they clearly can't hide anymore what was going on before in the past and what is still going on in the patterns. But the problems are, and when you look at these documentaries as well, problems are much bigger than that, because we can see that with organizations such as World Economic Forum, literally in their own words, um, having been able to implement more than, you know, half of their own people in pretty much every parliament of every um, important country in the world, then you know that this is really a big game. It's being supported by very big money, and it's more than just money and power in their interest. So this is something we will go into maybe more detailed. Um, Not sure if here on YouTube, to be honest, because it seems to be very tricky to talk about stuff that is very um, delicate and not easy to talk about anyway. So yeah, we will see about that stuff, what happens. I will try. Hey Twiggy, I didn't even see you came. So I will try to do my best to organize myself quick enough on one of the platforms where things like censorship and other challenges are not that present or not present at all. And of course, one of the things I'm working on, so this is another announcement basically for the stream today. It's working on a few projects of my own, let's say, and this is exploring and researching quite a lot of decentralized technology, like I explained in some previous interviews some time ago, and then linked them up here on my profile here as well. Um, I do work on this a lot, research quite proactively and try to test stuff on some of the virtual servers that I have. So the thing is that, yeah, it doesn't cost me a lot of money, it does cost something. So obviously, in a way, I'm gonna have to structure and organize this that eventually people who are gonna be interested in supporting, they're gonna be able to donate something or provide some support for that if they wish to. Um, what I will have there is obviously my own server with the end-to-end encrypted chat. Then most likely, if I'm not gonna be moving, at least when it comes to the replays, yeah, replays are gonna be probably available on one of the platforms like Rumble or Odyssey or BitChute or any one of those. Well, I will see what's still the nicest for me. But the live videos themselves might be actually coming through my own server in the very near future. And then when it comes to the YouTube channel itself, obviously I'll be keeping some of the clips and some of the stuff that is more acceptable for this kind of it's not about the audience, but it's acceptable for this kind of medium for the time being, while they are still so heavy on censoring stuff. So that's that. Not sure who is still here left and listening. But then any other things I wanted to discuss at the moment, not that much importantly. When it comes to the we are sovereign, like I said, um, it takes only common sense to see the big level of inconsistencies with these people. And if anyone really sent them any money or any kind of stuff, please do try to let me know. There are ways to keep you anonymous, keep you safe, so nobody has to know who you are, not even myself. But I can tell you what kind of information you can provide for further, let's say, investigation or whatever, looking into in case we could help, some support for anyone who sent any money or whatever's going on. So that's about that. When it comes to, yeah, like I said, moving at least the live streaming part, the more in-depth content and insights into the not just pharmaceutical companies, but some other more global agendas around society and politics. I'll have to definitely use some different platform and different way to do this, so I can talk more openly and more freely without waiting for the moment when I get another strike again for any blissfully stupid and ignorant reason or not. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. There was quite a few watchers today, not very long, but I really appreciate the drop by. Thanks Twiggy, thanks Cassiopeia, um, for watching, both of you as well. I really appreciate it. Um, I think next time, I don't know if Sunday is okay, Sunday evening is okay for the stream or not. Um, drop that in the chat later in the video if you're watching a replay. Let me know what would you like, also yourself, in terms of what kind of, when do you like the live streams, what times are good. So I try to pick up one of those most comfortable times for everyone. I can try to adapt. When it comes to the recordings, like I said, YouTube stays YouTube. And I will keep, during the next few videos, everyone updated on how I go with that and what I'm doing, so you can follow that as well and be updated. Obviously, I really recommend to get on my Telegram channel as well for other stuff. And yeah, when it comes to um, general life challenges and things like that that we're all facing, basically, never mind now whether this is like a personal challenge, whether you're facing personal challenges, whether it's money or job, stuff like that. I noticed, talking to a couple of guys that I met through this We Are Sovereign. So on one side, I had a couple of people really helping me out. I would say sorting out my own balance and finding peace, and that really is good. Very important that you do that. And then the second part is I also, the same, in the similar way, conveyed to a couple of other people who needed help, conveyed to them how important it is to just stay cool and keep your cool, stay positive, even though it sounds cliche, but it's really important. So yeah, I was really happy to hear, and I hope that any of you are watching this stuff right now or later. I'm very happy to hear that you're making slow progress at that point. The same goes for me. Some really magical stuff can happen when you believe in yourself and when you put yourself in the right balance and harmonical states of mind and physical state as well. And it's really not so difficult. So yeah, trust yourself and also use your intuition, because why I'm saying this is that is mostly the thing that I used also with trying to figure out what's going on behind Bill Simmons, We Are Sovereign, and Gideon and stuff. You have to use your intuition. And when you see the bigger picture over there around the world and around everyone else and your own, it's not that easy to fish out the yeah, well, fish out the fishy business. So that was that. Stay cool, stay positive. Now we'll speak to you soon again. Peace.